So I didn't really have too much time to work on my game this week. This month has actually been more busy than I was expecting between working on videos for Overseer October, one of the two projects I'm working on this month, the other being this OC daily prompt thing, which, like Overseer October, I've been using as an excuse to share more about my OC, Overseer of the Elements. One of the OCs is the character that I'm using for Firebrand Dash, so this tangent is at least a little related to Firebrand Dash, and not just an excuse to plug other things going on my channel at the moment. Point being, I haven't done much and I'm not sure how much more I'm gonna do this month, but I can at least show you the level I'm working on. It's mostly a tutorial to the Earth Soul Spirit power-up, so I see no harm sharing it now. That wall to the right is just high enough to be impossible to reach, no matter how hard you try, but low enough that you can see that there's progress on the other side. At this point, the player has already experienced several levels with bushes, so that leaves the only option for the player to do is to burn the bush and interact with the new soul spirit that's trapped within it. Now if the player tries to interact with a wall, they'll see that they stick to it rather than slide, and hopefully through experimentation they notice that they can move up and down the wall at their own pace, allowing them to progress through the rest of the level. This portion forces the player to interact with the ceiling mechanic of the Soul Spirit power-up, both through a spiky wall that's impossible to pass through normal means, as well as bushes that you would have to dash through, forcing the player to experiment around to discover that they can dash while climbing the ceiling. To try to make the level a little more interesting than just a tutorial on the Earth Soul Spirit, I also mixed in these air vents. There's a level before this that introduces you to air vents as a concept, allowing you to get great height by stopping them with your flames to produce steam that pushes you upwards. But this would be the first level to showcase the horizontal air vents that you dash through, essentially extending your air dash even further than it can normally go. Not only does it introduce the player to two mechanics at once, I think it adds a lot more diversity to this level. Especially this area here. You can either get to that cookie over there by air dashing through this special vent, but I also realized through playtesting that you can use your recently learned ability of dashing while you're hanging on the ceiling to also make it to the other side. And instead of readjusting the level to fix that, I decided to leave it in, as it didn't take away from the game design, due to, the design being built all around introducing the player to the Earth Soul Spirit, but also gives the player an alternative way to clear the puzzle, something that I didn't think I would have too many opportunities to actually do in a pretty linear game like this, and I thought that was way too cool to take away. So that just about does it for this short, but hopefully I can see you again for something soon.